that is the dreaded red ring of death. Hey everybody, it's HighTeckMan here. Today I'm going to be showing you how to fix your red ring of death Xbox 360. As you can see, my Xbox is pretty old and, well, it's getting time for it to have that red ring of death problem. So what we're going to do is we're going to start by unplugging it from the AV cables all the way down to the power strip. You also might notice that in the front, if you remove your faceplate, you should have a warranty sticker here. If your warranty sticker has been peeled off, or like mine, I bought mine used, then it has not been peeled off, you can call Xbox and still have them return it for technically, they'll fix it for you for free of charge. They extended the warranty program for 3 years if you have this problem, but you must have your sticker intact. But let's keep going with the process. So what you're going to do is you're going to flip it on its side. You're going to remove the covers for the hard disk. It's going to be a little tight, so don't hesitate to use some force. Same thing with the back. Just pull this off real quickly. Okay, now for the front, you'll see these little tabs right here. What you want to do is you want to get a Phillips head screwdriver. I just so happen to have a 10-in-1 screwdriver set here. You want to get a flathead screwdriver. Put that away real quickly. And just pop these guys up and keep this separate. Should not be a really big problem. Okay, once it's open, you are going to want to pull this out and back because you can see the back, it's snapped into place. So, just going to pull that back and it comes right off. Next, excuse me, we're going to need to use a star screwdriver. What you're going to want to do is take out your 10-in-1 screwdriver set, put back your flat tip, and you want to pull out the star head screwdriver tip. Make sure it's the one that actually fits though before doing this. And that one looks like it's not working, so I need to get the bigger one out. Okay, plug that in, and what you want to do is you want to unhook all of these, or unscrew all of these screws here, 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 and here. So I'm just going to fast forward the video for this part. Okay, after removing the screws, you're going to want to flip the Xbox over and remove the top. It should just slip right off, but you need to be careful because the eject button is still connected, so you want to remove the eject button next. After that, the top just slides right off. Next, what you want to do is you want to remove the CD drive. And you also want to be careful because there are cables here, so you just want to unhook them real quickly, very gently. Put those to the side. Next, what you want to do is you want to remove the board here. You also want to remove this plastic tab for the board. So just get the proper screwdriver for that. There's going to be 3 screws here. Just remove them real quickly. Should not be a big problem. And then after removing them, you just take out this little daughter board. Comes right out. Then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove the excuse me, the plastic part that leads into the fan and the processor / GPU. Just lifts right up and out. Okay, after that you want to unhook the fan. You want to remove the power first. And you want to get a flat tip screwdriver again. Get our flat tip screwdriver. And you're going to want to pull up on the tabs here and just manipulate the fans out. It should come right out. Maybe not, it needs a little force. Just pull it up and it comes right out. After this, you might see that there's some dust in your Xbox for some people. What I like to do now is just blow it all out. So I'm just going to come right back for this. Okay, after you blow out most of the dust, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to remove the motherboard. You can do that by just simply pulling it up. Be very gentle with it because you're dealing with the motherboard. After that, you're going to remove the undercase. As you can see here, I've already done the X-clamp procedure where I remove the X-clamp and I put on the 4 screws with the washers and everything, sometimes it will remove, or sometimes the excuse me, sometimes the thermal paste will be used up, so you might need to redo this process. This is what happened to me, so I'm just going to be reapplying the thermal paste. So what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to be removing the 4 screws and reapplying the paste. Okay, you want to make sure that you lift up and away, because your screws will fall off just like what they just happened to me. So what you want to do is you want to lift up and out. As you can see, sometimes it might give you some problems, because if you didn't do it right the first time, it will have a problem. So I'm just going to be, there we go. Now, once you get all of your washers and plastic washers out of the way, out of your Xbox 360, what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to buy some solution. I bought this on Amazon. I'll put a link down in the description. Basically, it's a cleaner here. And what you want to do is just get a little bit of Q-tips and just use the cleaner, remove all the old thermal compound that you have, and after it removes it, then you want to use the second solution, which is the purifier, and just clean it all up and then reapply the paste. I'm just going to do that real quickly. I'll speed this up. Okay, after that, you want to do a better job than this, but this is strictly just to redo the process. You want to, after that, you want to use your purifier to basically re-clean the points that are there. Basically cleans up all of the solution that the first product used. So I'm just going to speed this up again. Okay, now basically what you want to do is you want to make sure that you can basically see a shine on both of the chips here. As you can see, I didn't do too good of a job here on the sides, but as long as you can see a shine on the processor chip, you're just fine. The next thing you want to do is you want to do the exact same process, only with the processing, the processor coolers. What you want to do is just the exact same thing, only this time I'm just going to be using just the purifier. Okay, as you can see that they're more or less clean there. What you want to do is, of course, you want to close your purifier and close the cleaning solution. After that, then you want to get, you can pick this up at any local Radio Shack, but you want to get a silver thermal compound, basically thermal paste. You can pick this up at any Radio Shack. It costs approximately $13, or you can buy it on Amazon. Either way, if you buy the Amazon package, I think it usually comes with it. It should be in the description below. But basically what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to take a little bit of the thermal paste. You just want to run it across the main CPU chip. And you just want to put like a little sliver of paste on it right there. And the same thing for the other two chips. You don't want to put too much. You just want to spread it around later. So just get a little bit and just put it across. Same thing for the other mini section of the chip. And then you put that away. And what you want to do is you want to get any regular hotel key card will do this. Excuse me. You can do this with any regular hotel key card. All you have to do basically is just smear it across and make sure that you cover the entire CPU. You really don't want to see any reflective spots. See, that's really covered right there. That's perfect. Now for the second one. Alright. And sometimes it's a good idea to do multiple angles with this thing. Okay, so now you can see that they're perfectly smeared on right there. Yep. Excuse me. Now, the next part is going to be very difficult. I recommend that you do this with duct tape. But what you're going to want to do is you're going to put your cooling processing devices down. You're going to want to put them back, and you have to remember where these went, which is always very important. But since I have since I replaced my X clamp with a regular screw, I'm going to need to put down the screw. So I'm going to fast forward this part of the video. Okay, now that you have your screws faced up, now what you want to do is you want to take your washers and your plastic washers, and you want to put them underneath where they would go, where the processing coolers would go. You want to put the plastic side down, of course, and the metal part up. Okay, once that is done, what you want to do is you want to take your processor cooler, and you're going to want to put it perfectly on where it's going to go. Just do this one at a time. And then you want to take it and gently flip it right upside down and hold it with one of your hands. The problem with doing that, though, is that the other ones are going to fall out. So just do this one at a time. And take off some pieces of tape and just lightly twist your screws into place. Okay, once they're lightly screwed, then you flip it back, and then you apply your washers and plastic washers again. Unfortunately, I didn't foresee that, so you want to do this one at a time. Excuse me. And then now you want to put the other one on the other side. Again, same process, you just flip it around. Now, you don't want to screw these in as tight as you possibly can. You just want to do this finger tight at first. And then once you're done with all four of them, you want to screw them in just a little bit, as tight as your fingers can go. Not too tight, though. Once that's done, then what you want to do is you want to get your metal cover that you took this out of, set it down, and you want to fasten your motherboard back into it again. Okay, after that you want to stick your fan back on this device. Then you want to hook up the power to the fan. And then you're going to want to put the cover, the plastic cover, back on. It should be this way. Once your plastic cover is back on, then you want to install your CD drive again. Make sure that falls into place. After that, then you want to install your daughter board back into the front of the Xbox 360. Now it is going to be slightly elevated, so you might need to push it down slightly just to put it on. And then you screw in the 3 black screws again. Okay, once all three of those are safely and fastened securely on the Xbox, then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to put the top cover back on the Xbox. Make sure it's fully on, because sometimes the back, you might have a problem putting it back on, especially with the older models. Then you want to apply all of the screws back on. But before you do that, I just realized, of course, you're going to forget to put the plastic tab back on. So just slightly lift it up and put the tab back on it. Correct. Don't forget to also put your eject button, otherwise you won't be able to eject your Xbox. Okay, now once all of the screws are secured, you put the the plastic backing back on. You want to put it from the back end first. Make sure that it clicks in first. You might need to pull this up just so you can get underneath the metal parts. And once you hear those clicks that are in, then you just move to the front, and it should just fall right into place. After that, turn it on its side. You put the plastic parts back on. Should be no problem here. Other side, same thing. And last but not least, you put on the front cover. Whoopsie. Okay. Now, this is where things get fun. What you want to do is you want to turn it around, and you want to plug in your power as well as your AV cable. What you want to do is you want to take two Q-tips out, just two, and you want to take off the ends of the Q-tips. Take off that little fuzzy part. After you do that, you want to stick it more or less right here where the first fan is, so you can stop the fan. Same thing with the second one. You want to put it more or less right here to stop the second fan. Should be right about here. Because what you want to do is you want to perform what people say as the towel trick. But that is basically just to re-initialize the Xbox to tell it that, hey, it's fixed now. Basically, Xbox can do this. The corporation, they have a special computer that automatically does this, but to reset it in its head, it has to be overheated first, and then it turns back to normal, apparently. So, what you want to do is you want to take out a timer, and in this case, I just got my iPhone out here, put our clock application, and a timer, and you want to let it go for approximately 30 minutes. And then what you want to do is you want to turn on the Xbox. Now you can see that you have the red ring here. And we're going to start a timer for 30 minutes. And I'll be right back as soon as that's over. Okay, now, once the Xbox is completely done with its half-hour trial, then you turn it off. Remove the two pins in the back, and then you're going to want to unplug it from the power and unplug the AV cables. And then you're going to want to let it set for 20 minutes. And then after 20 minutes, you want to turn it on and see what happens. Okay, now as you can see, You're finally done waiting. So now what you want to do is you want to plug in your AV cable in the back here. Plug in your power cable. Then what you want to do is turn on your television. And now is your moment of truth. And there you go. That's how you fix your Xbox 360 Red Ring of Death. Don't forget to comment, rate, and subscribe.